Hello Scorpio, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus. So if you're checking out what your other signs are and this is one of your other signs, welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, I just want to remind everybody that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So I do encourage checking out one of your other signs because it can bring about a bit more clarity or confirmation, or just give you a fuller idea or more of an idea about what could be going on for you and how you may be able to get through it or move through it, and in a possible outcome about for this month of February 2021. So I'm recording this today and it is the 18th of February, so Thursday the 18th of February here in New Zealand in Aotearoa. So welcome to everybody, of all of those of you who are watching from other parts of the world, and stay safe. Hopefully everything is moving, shifting in a more positive way for you if you're over there, and if there's not so much and you're affected by the lockdowns and things like that. So hang in there and God bless you as well. Okay, so anyway, yeah, just moving on from that kind of went, I just felt like I wanted or needed to say something else, but we're about to. So anyway, let's get into it, Scorpio. There is there's a lot of movement, a lot of distractions as well as what I'm picking up, because it's like, and just like maybe things maybe are just like, maybe you're a bit frustrated for some of yous about something happening or working out for you, where there's been every time you try and do something, it's like there's something happens, or often, not every time, but so often you're trying to take a step or you make a change in some sort of way that there is maybe a feeling like it's blocked in that sort of a way. So and I think what I'm hearing and what I'm getting is just about timing, really, with that. So we're going to be doing a mind, body, soul, spirit, soul. I keep going soul, spirit, but it's actually generally spirit, soul. So mind, body, spirit, soul. So a flow here, and the first card out is Hideki's Door, and then we have Palinor and the Lady is on this, and I'll explain to you in a minute the deck that I'm using. So just shuffling away. So I've been drawn to use the Oracle Dragon Fae cards because for this one, this is the first time I've used this deck this month for readings, and I've wanted to come out, and I have seen them and sensed them around me a lot lately. And then they've just really jumped out at me and this week to utilize, to bring in their energy. So which kind of makes sense with everything that's been going on in the world at the moment, and bringing through that earthly, the mother nature to help ground us in this universe, in this world, on this planet. Okay, so Hideki's Door, I'm just going to bring that one forward while I'm shuffling for the last card. A knock on the door. Okay, well that's interesting. So there may be a knock on the door, and maybe you're sensing and waiting for a knock on the door about something. Okay, something, obviously, so about something. So some of you, it's like, hang on a moment, we'll see where that goes. Okay, this is the last card out here. Okay, so there's Hideki's Door. So there may be something that you are waiting for, like a knock on the door, or seeing as this one says that, in the sense of like an idea or a thought to come through, or some sort of communication that's coming to you, so you can communicate what you feel like you need to be saying. Because I'm hearing like, because this is in the mind section part. Okay, so there may be something about and it may be doing your head in, and it may be like you're waiting for, like I say, some sort of confirmation or clarity or communication about something, like a yes or a no, or I'm hearing like, can we go, can we not go, or can we move now or not, what's going on here, that sort of thing. So but I'm hearing like there's something about balance as well, because there's about this is number 33 in the deck. So threes for me is about balance. Okay, and so there may be, and because I'm adding them up, and that's 6. So there's something about balancing the energy in humanity, in a humanitarian way. So it kind of may be like, maybe some of yous like just trying to figure out how you can make your movements, is, you know, based on what is going on around in this world, around in the world at the moment. So that could be some of it that's on your mind, and how, you know, depending on where you are in the world. For others of you, it may not be that that's going on. It may be your how your movements with something else that's going on in your life at the moment. It could be within a relationship. It could be a business venture, going into one, or expanding, or moving out of one, or a career. Okay, and when I'm talking about relationship, I seem to be more drawn to like a marriage, you know, and that sort of thing, or going something moving there in that way, or shifting in some way, either out of one or into one. So Pellinor and the lady here, bittersweet farewell in the physical side of things. So there's something about maybe physically saying walking away from something there. So once again, that is about, there's a 6 in there, it's number 26. So if for some of you, it could be some sort of relationship in a way to do with, like, 6s for me is about looking at things like in a bigger way, in a bigger sense, and like in a humanitarian way as well. And then it's like, what is humanely possible, and you know, on the bigger picture of things, how am I thinking, and like, because I'm hearing like gratitude as well with that, and being, you know, where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it. So and it's looking at things like the bigger picture, like in the sense of humanity basically. And it may be that you are like maybe physically like thinking about doing something more work in the community, and that's in that sense, you know, for the community, and donating time and that sort of thing. But I feel like but it's also around relationship building as well. So it may be like relationships. It could actually be maybe you're walking away from a relationship, and it may be for the greater good that you do. It could be that you're walking into, you know, like shifts in your not necessarily walk away, and not necessarily a romantic one. It could be something else completely different. But it could be that you're looking at from the greater good of one and all. In that sense. So it's kind of, that's, yeah, where that 6 is coming from there, I feel. Okay, we'll get a little bit more clarity on that. The other thing is too, is there is the pen dragon here is a pure male energy. So that's number 20. So some of you, there's maybe a lot of masculine energy on a spiritual level that's coming through that you're needing to tap into, or that is tapping into you, and you may be wondering where the hell that's coming from. But it's about, you know, this is about something to do with 2 again, with the relationships. But there may be like the 0 is like there's something, there's the 0 for me is coming back to that nothingness, and that back to the beginning there, where there is nothing, and then something new comes out of it. So like a bear, or something is born out of that, or something beginning, there's something new beginning out of that, you know, coming out of that. But it's like, whatever it is like hibernating or building, or, you know, being created basically, and shifting, and then moving, and then coming out. So there, in that sense, so there may be like on you on a spiritual journey about finding about who you are, okay, or what it is that you're doing, and, you know, and how you're going to maneuver around it. So but it may be more in the sense of being more in a masculine energy, or the male energy in some way or form, in that sense. So that's pretty cool. So then we've got the Queen Una here, and she says a brilliant solution is on its way. So it's like number 10. So 10 for me is like there's something in transition here. So 1 again is about new beginnings, and the 0 is about that nothingness, and that something new is being created from that, and moving into taking the next step of a beginning. So on a soul level. So that's really interesting. That's really beautiful. So we'll see what comes up. Actually, I want to use this the Celtic deck first, and I've shuffled all these cards, by the way, and I'm not going to take that because it doesn't feel right. It just flew, even though I normally do shuffle like what. This is really interesting. Something, okay, I'm not going to use that deck then. It may be that's really interesting, because this one's shuffling better. So it may be that something is like what you think is working will work, or what you is going to change is not what it is. Okay, because I thought, well, I was drawn to using those, but we'll see what happens now. So this is about changing. No, it's still not quite right. So maybe testing the waters now, the energy is starting to shift. Okay, so maybe that you are trying something out and it's maybe not quite working right now, but maybe you just need a little bit more time in order for the energy to shift. Okay, so I'm going to go back to these ones here, which is what I've been usually using straight away for these reads at the moment. So a knock on the door. So maybe there isn't something, because what I'm hearing from that is something is not quite right. There's no the balance, which makes sense with this 33 2 3, so it's like double energy. Then just waiting for there's a divine timing, so something isn't quite right, not really quite in alignment, okay, with where you're thinking about going. Okay, because that makes sense. There's something about the 10 there, being something coming to an end, that you're allowing yourself. This is about you maybe letting go of some burdens, that things that you are feeling like that you are carrying and like breaking your back with. So allowing yourself to let go of that and move through that. Although this is the 10, so it's saying that to me that, like I say, you're in a transition of that's shifting. So you may not be quite there yet why this 10 has come up, and just letting you know, to finish off, there may be a little bit there to go on in your head and the way that you're thinking about things. Okay, so I feel like, this is because once it's like things will start to align up more when we as we let go of things. So I'm going to take those two. So then, like on a physical level, and energetically, when you let go of that stuff there, that because it's usually about carrying burdens, and some of it is that are other people's, basically. So as well as yours on top of that. So maybe you're feeling like you're burdening yourself, and maybe you are carrying somebody else's burden or the worries of somebody else, but it's about you releasing that. So I feel like there's something that you've come to grips with, that it's actually not yours. And it's like you're allowing yourself to move forward and release that. So there can be in the sense of like overworking as well, and it may be overwhelming, creating more overwhelming, or you're taking like physically on too much work in some way or form, whether it be at work or whether it be around home. So somebody's maybe not carrying their weight, or you're allowing yourself to be worried about something else, and it's affecting your energy levels. Okay, because this is about balancing. So balancing your energy levels. So there is this card here. It's the Pentacles is not only about financial career, that sort of thing, but there may have been some financial worries that have been around you while that's come up, where you've been carrying the burden or the financial burden for something else or someone else in some way or form. But this is talking about now something balancing out, so where you're able to like also give, like receive, okay, rather than give, or vice versa, depending on where you are, or feeling like you're able to balance your energy in some way or form. Okay, because I feel like, because this is about physical stuff as well, physical health is not just the mental, emotional health with that side of things, but there is something that's moving there. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going into the spiritual side here, where is the Judgment card has come in. So I'll just put that, I don't think I've held that up for you. And then the Judgment card has come out. So there's something about, like you judging yourself and setting yourself free, okay? So you may be thinking, or, about that on a spiritual level, and it's like you maybe have come to some epiphany or realization that actually I just need to free myself of that, which is kind of interesting that it's flowing across here. And then we have the the Eight of Pentacles here, where there's something about, you may feel like, on a soul level, like your soul might be calling to you about learning, learning something new, trying something different, moving on, but also not just like, it could be in the form of exercise, it could be, something new, like some of you is maybe like looking at doing a triathlon, or doing something new in your exercise form, and physically there could be changes in your health, and it's maybe I need to make some changes in my in the sense of to do with my health, okay, for the greater good of my health and the greater good of one and all at the end of the day. It could be something about that. Literally, too, there could be something about learning a new skill as well, like which if it's the other, with the health, that could be a new skill as well, and sharing it with others. But there's some sort of movement in that way, and the way that you share your energy as well. Also could be like you may be drawn to a new career, a new job, it may be that you're beginning a new business or something like that. It could be that you're going from a job to a business, and you've made your mind up finally. On a spiritual level, I'd say this is like saying setting yourself free from that, to balance the scale so you're not overworking yourself. Then we have the Devil card here in the mind, so that's like, there's obviously, I feel like there's obviously, I'm saying obviously, I don't normally, like to say that, but it's just coming out that there are some, restrictions, mentally and emotionally, that you're thinking about things and maybe not, not communicating. That's like you maybe have some throat chakra stuff going on there where you're not communicating, restricting yourself from doing that. And there may be like addictions in some way, it may be that there are some limiting belief patterns in there and you're finding it difficult to free yourself from that, which is kind of where they're putting in the category, because this is normally about addictions or behavioral patterns that you're finding difficult to shift, which can be about limiting belief systems that you're not really sure of about. So anyway, there is something about that shifting with you. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles after that, so being more grounded and more centered and more focused and moving and moving consciously and aware of her movements and with energy wise as well, and being more grounded. So something is shifting in the way they're not just like you're grounding yourself maybe, or maybe needing to ground yourself physically, but I'm also hearing like this may be, this part here may be affecting like your income in a way, or like your movements towards something where you're wanting to, physically move into like more success financially as well. So maybe something you're learning this, this new skill, but this one here or that one there has been like holding you back, okay? From the success that you're wanting to achieve in the long run. But then we have the High Priestess here as well. So this is about like utilizing your intuition. And there's something about on a spiritual level, she's going to bring out some secrets, you could say, and mysteries about yourself as well. So maybe that's something that you're not aware of, exactly what is holding you back from achieving that, okay? That's coming through there. But she's coming out like the moon, she's connected to the moon, so watching those moon cycles and things like that. Then we have like the swords there, so there may have been some sort of, this is a battle there on a soul level there with you, like listening to what is coming through here, but on a, and not quite working out, and maybe some sort of setback, in the sense of someone deceiving you or you deceiving yourself in some way or form, which is kind of like this stuff here. And it could be, both through overthinking it, but this is about you stepping into your power and overruling what is going in your mind, and taking control of your mind, basically, is where I'm hearing from that. But then, because then we have like here on the Six of Wands here, where the Six of Wands is like celebration of, there's something that you of achievement basically here. So whether it's a public acclamation or a public achievement, there's something that is noteworthy of an achievement in some way or form, that for you, that you've overcome something or you're overcoming something. But really super listen to your intuition and that discernment of that. The Hierophant, on the physical level, you've been probably on a physical journey. It may be more of an energetic journey, and I want to shuffle this way for some reason. A physical journey, on a physical spiritual journey, where you maybe have had to like physically walk that journey, as well as go and to help you move through this. So moving through that and learning from what had come out from that, and this the sense of achievement there is helping you to move forward physically on the journey. Okay, wow, that's interesting. beautiful though. There's something moving. They're moving quite quickly. So as I've gone through it, the energy's picked up. See, now on a spiritual level, there's another set of wands here. There is a sense of achievement as well. So we have the four, the Four of Wands. And sometimes there's the Four of Wands, there's a sense of celebration as well, because you've come from the Ace of Wands, where you've got the idea and you're starting to make it move, and then the Two is like about choosing or dare to choose which way you're going to do or take the next step and taking action. And then Three, it's like, oh yeah, I'm out there pondering. Now that I've taken that next step, is like, aware, what are the next steps that I need to take. And then the Four, it's like you take another step, and it's like this. So there's a sense of celebration in that sense. But Five, Five, so there may have been a little bit of struggle and frustration in a way, like in a battle of wills. In a way, it was like, which way am I going? How am I going to do that, like physically taking those next steps? But see, the Six here has come up and says, no, there is something there. That talks about the celebration there as well, and that you overcome whatever that is there. So whether it's a publicly acclaimed one, but it's like something is moving anyway, or not, but there's a sense of achievement, and that people will notice, and you've got some supporters there in some way that are supporting you with that. So you've coming from that, and so there's something coming. There's a knock on the door. I feel like that knock on the door is something like you're waiting for the next clue, or the next sign. It's like I can hear like 3 knocks is a yes, and like 3-4 knocks is a no, or 2 knocks is a no, or something like that, a sign like that, in a way. Cool. We'll just see what this last card comes up for you, and to help finish this off, we'll bring it together a bit more, and then we'll see what the clarifier else comes up. Okay, so yeah, on a soul level, there is something, there's something emotional there, but the Four of Cups there, so there's something that you've like, that's out in front of you, that you've like, okay, I've sorted that out, I know what that's about, but there is also something in the background there, or to the side, is that you're not seeing. Okay, so in a sense, like there was maybe some, crying over spilt milk in a way, energy there, but there's also something else that I'm connected to that's bringing up there. But this is about moving on. This is about like, okay, I know what those are, but there's something else out there in the side there that you're not quite acknowledging, okay, or seeing, that is there. And it's like, come on, I'm hearing like, come on, there is something there, looking for the good in something, or looking for, there is something else there that to help you move you on your way on an emotional level, on saying that. But this is about, once again, I'm hearing about listening to your intuition, and it's about you making a decision as well. But it's like, on saying that, it's like there is this coming down here, like through this one, this shows all this, this learning. There's a soul duty on this soul journey here, is like, a brilliant solution is on its way. So there's something like your soul is looking, because I'm just drawn to her throat chakra, as well as the third eye chakra, third eye throat. So there's light beaming out from there, and so there's obviously a lot of like beautiful energy that's in a sense of freedom with that she's bringing through there to you, to explore whatever it is energetically, your energy levels, but also prosperity levels as well, where that's going, and and like working through this deceivement there, and this battle that's going on in here, a battle of a battle of will, basically. But it's like you obviously overcome it, because there's some sort of celebration in that way as we're going across there. And I feel like it's now you see what is there. You see what is there, what was there, or what is there. It's like you now, that's what I'm hearing, like looking, you've come to that, and you now know what those cups are about more. But you're seeing and you saw what was there, okay? Some of you may be there now, and some of you maybe it's not quite there now. Like you know something's there, but you're maybe not knowing exactly what that is or what that emotion is, and it will come to. I feel like it'll come to fruition. You know, it will come to not reality. Well, that could be for some of you. It will come out, and you'll be able to identify it, or that epiphany will come out. It's, oh, right, I know what that's about now, and you know, it's like as usual. It's like you think, oh, yep, you know, you'll get it. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm just hearing it, yeah, okay, I can acknowledge it now. So there's something about, you know, moving through something, farewelling something on that level, but it's like you're just going through that journey here of balancing your energy, being in that gratitude, that space of gratitude and being, but also being able to balance the finances as well. As well, you know, physically being able to finance something and balance those financial commitments balance that financial income and prosperity as well. So you're able, and going into this space here, so you're able to like move towards what it is that you're, you know, this more abundance and more success and prosperity, but it's like working through that stuff as well. But on a spiritual level there is something there that's coming through, helping you to move or leave behind that which stops you, or that which, to help you understand what is going on, or what was going on and like is going on for you. Because I just feel like some of you are actually physically going on a physical, like a hikoi, and that is going to help you to like figure out some stuff, and you know, about yourself, and you know, and grow from that, and you know, and like being in your own space for you, whether you're a male energy or a female energy. It may be like you, for this one here is like for some of you on a spiritual level, there may be like looking at that male energy and maybe finding more balance with the feminine energy. So whether you're a male or a female, it may be if you're, but it's being in that strength of a male energy in a way. That's what I'm feeling. But allowing yourself to be free from any judgments and that sort of thing in some way or form. And the High Priestess here talking about, you know, like getting that, utilizing your intuition. I'm just getting that at the moment. Yeah. And, you know, and there's some sort of celebration or success in a way once you like going down that spiritual line there. But then going across here, definitely on a spiritual journey of some sort, but there's success there. You know, you're figuring out what that is, but going on the physical hikoi, and then it's like opens up more doors in the sense of like more information, and then you figure it out what that actually is. Okay, so whatever it is that you've been going through or working through is going to come to, like, you're going to get it. Yeah, either way. Okay, I just want to shuffle. There's a few cards that want to like pop out in here, so we'll just go with that. See what's some sort of clarification, where we're going. Okay, I want to take that one as well. We'll go for, that was the first one. That one. Okay, so the Ace of Cups. So there is something about the way that you're emotional, or something new about how you're feeling, your emotions, how you're seeing your emotions, and in the mind, and how being more in control of with your emotions. And then we have, I better show you that one. That's a beautiful one. This is the Celtic, Universal Celtic Tarot there. So there's definitely something shifting. On a physical level, here's the King of Wands. So about motivation, and he's very much that leadership role, bringing in that role. So there's something moving towards that you, because of, you know, you get that inkling. It's like you can take the next step, and you can walk your walk a bit more, or talk your talk a bit more, but physically make that physical movement and be more in your own knowing, in your own being, which is in that leadership role, leading the way basically. Because now that you've figured out when this emotional, what that stuff is there, it creates this, and it's like, oh, so there's a new understanding about how, you know, emotionally your emotions are connected with whatever that was there, and so there's a new learning, but you're more in your power now as in how you're walking it. Nine of Wands on the spiritual level, there's something coming to an end in that way, so it's like you're nearly ready to let your like whatever is there, there's a sense of being a readiness to let move and take whatever knowledge there is on a spiritual level of the burdens that you were carrying before that aren't yours anymore, you know, weren't yours and aren't yours. So there's more of an understanding about what that was about, and you know, now and that actually and so on a spiritual level now am I going noticing like am I going to go there again, what am I, you know, what, you know, really studying that and asking those sorts of questions, and the outcome again, and like how much do I take on and how much do I not, you know, move with there. And the King of Cups there on a soul level there comes in more knowing and controlling about with his emotions is in that sense as well. So he's, you know, very okay, I'm just getting more in control of his emotions. So there's a lot of king energy there in the male side of things. The Four of Swords, there's that one there. So we've got there like time to rest your mind, meditation as well, that's coming through there. Then we have the Moon, intuition, following your intuition. And then we have the Lovers here, so there's a sense of love there. So some of you may have, it may be centered around or moved around an emotional, something emotional around, or even a physical, something moving around the Lovers. So some of you's may be moving into a relationship with somebody new, and some of yous it may be that you are building a nice a relationship with yourself, is in more loving yourself even, you know, so there may be and some of yous there may be, you may be moving out of one and moving into one, or vice versa, whether it may be you that's moving into a relationship where there is a third party, or you may be that third party, whatever. It's not always depicting a third party, but because there are three people in there, but what I'm hearing is for some of you it could be that, and then a blending of a families in some way or form. But some of yous, which is why maybe some of this is you're trying to get your head around it, and some of yous it will be, you know, this the Four is the Lovers here. It may be that, you know, there's a newfound sense of love within you, as you know, for you. That's for some of yous, and some of yous it may be, you know, that and how you move forward with a new relationship or not, you know. So some of you, it may be like this, you may be seeing that, you know, this shift in the relationship in some way may be the gift, may have been a gift in the way, and meant to have been, so you can move on and they can move on and do whatever it is that they need to do, and you do whatever it is that you need to do on your soul journey. So it could be that maybe it's something there, and or it may be a friendship or a relationship, not necessarily in a romantic way. It could be something to do with your job, you know, and it may be something or a career that you had chosen to do. For some of you, I'm hearing it may be a job that you've been working at for quite some time, and you may be moving into retirement, or you may have got laid off or something like that, and so it's like now wondering where it goes, and it may be just that actually was a gift in a way. Okay, so the last card out here is the Five of Pentacles. So whatever, that's usually the Five of Pentacles talks back to me about a setback in some way. So it could be something about, you know, financially. It could be also about, you know, energetically. And so something maybe physically stopping you, a setback in that way from moving forward on a soul level. But I do feel like, you know, this is about also taking the setback may not necessarily be a negative setback in that sense, if you look, depending on where you are. And it may be like getting you to like look at things from a different point of view. and that will help you maybe stop and rest and like look at things from a different point of view, even though, because it kind of normally the word that I keep getting with that one and how I with the Pentacles is like maybe a financial setback, but like I say, this is about not just financial stuff, career and and business and or success and that sort of thing. Could be or a business, but it denotes success. So there may have been a change in the way of your success in not just the monetary way, family way, or just or health wise, physical side of things, but maybe there may have been a setback in there, but something is like moving on a soul level basically. But it's like and I feel like that's kind of what that is like there as well, because it's like what that's about now more so. And I just want to finish off with one more card here. Oh, actually no, I'm drawn to that one from the Earth Oracle deck here. I've drawn to get a card out. Okay, well that's not going to want to go back. Potential. So I feel like that there's some sort of potential that they're talking about here for you. Okay. Anyway, there is potential. So I feel like on a soul level, like you're recognizing that, and I feel like even though like they're just saying that this is a time like you are now to let you know that actually that was like, even though the Five of Pentacles is there and it may seem like a setback or you come to something, it's like it's actually not. It's like a rebirth, and it's like a new, like able to like, okay, in a way reset or set a new course basically. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now for you, Scorpio. So with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure. It is an exciting adventure, because I feel like this has maybe been a long-winded course for some of you, and maybe not so long for others of you. So, because this reading is taking a little bit of while to get to the end of it, but it's like I feel like and it's like I feel like you feel like that's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna. There's just a little bit more, but this is time now, too, because I'm just taking notice of, even though we've said on this. It's like taking some time out and looking into the stars, the moon, and just taking a break. Okay? Anyway, bye for now. We'll see you next month.